Thank you all for being here this morning. I want to congratulate Chairwoman Maloney on the underlying bill that's been filed today, which is the Credit Card Holders Bill of Rights, as well as congratulate Maurice Tierney and Peter Welch and others who have co-sponsored this amendment to the bill. I'm proud to have co-sponsored a bill similar to Carolyn Maloney's in the last session. It is the fact that cardholders need protection. They need protection against arbitrary interest rate increases. They need protection against being punished even when they pay on time. They need protection against due date gimmicks, and they need protection against excessive fees. We take nothing away from the importance and significance of the underlying bill when we say that cardholders also need protection from excessive usurious interest rates. I'm pleased to be an original co-sponsor with Maurice of this bill, of last year's bill, the Loan Shark Protection Act, the previous bills in other sessions started by Bernie Sanders of Vermont. The bill, the Credit Card Holders Bill of Rights, will be strengthened. I'd say it actually be completed with this amendment. So we have to urge the Rules Committee to allow this amendment to be debated on the floor. The American people have a right. They are entitled to see where members stand. They either stand with unjustly enriching credit card companies, or they stand with protecting American families and small businesses. I think it was Tom Gahagan who wrote recently in Harper's Magazine that we've had laws against usury dating back to the civilizations at the time of the Babylonian Empire. In the United States, we've had state laws against usury in all 200 years up until 1978, from the time our Constitution was founded until the end of Jimmy Carter's administration. At that point, 1978, court decision indicated that individual state rates were not legitimate under the existing federal law, but Justice Black noted that it was time and a very possible thing that Congress should act on a national level about interest rates. Well, now is the time. This is our chance to get some responsible lending practices. This is what we need to do to make sure that we can protect the interests of our voting public, the taxpayers. I just note a couple of letters that I've received from constituents in my district about what's going on. One writes that in April 2008, Bank of America raised his rates to 27%. He's had to actually use his retirement payments to pay off outstanding credit card debt. Another writes that even though her banks are getting the benefit of the top funds, taxpayers' money, that the interest rate on her consumer card went from 12% to 29%. She's been a 12-year customer of that company, never late on a payment, but it didn't stop that company from jacking up her interest rates. It goes on and on. Another here got a warning notice that the company would raise the interest rates to 31.99% if the person didn't call the credit card company and work out arrangements for a higher interest rate. Now is the time for us to do something about this. It's not appropriate for credit card companies to make unjust enrichment using the taxpayer, using consumers as a basis for their unreasonable profits. They're entitled to a reasonable profit. They may be entitled under the court case to not have to deal with 50 different individual interest rates. But it's our responsibility as members of Congress to make sure that the taxpayers and Americans are protected, that they have only a reasonable interest rate to pay, and they're not taken advantage of, as we now see happening day in and day out. Again, I congratulate my colleagues and thank them for letting me join them in this amendment.